Jade Stevens, and I'm a jaded marketer. I love what I do. I love marketing. I love coming up with creative campaigns and putting them into action. At the same time, I'm Mugatu from Zoolander. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I don't understand what's going on at times. I don't understand where our KPIs came from. I don't understand why we're pausing all of our campaigns because the sales director has a quote-unquote really good idea for marketing. I don't understand why the CEO asked our CMO to jump and they responded with, "How high?" instead of, "Why?" Marketing sucks sometimes. We have no budget, we get into trouble with legal, sales hates us but needs us but takes the credit for everything. If sales are down, it's marketing's fault. If sales are up, it's sales' win. Marketing is the first department to get axed during layoffs. And yet, we do it, because it can be a great industry. When it's good, it's good. But a lot of that depends on where you work. Unfortunately for me, I'm apparently cursed as I found myself doing this job that I enjoy at horrible companies or under managers that crawled up straight from the depths of Hades. I can't be the only one struggling. I can't be the only one who wants to scream out, "Nobody cares!" during company all-hands, or when the C-suite pats themselves on the backs for a profitable quarter while forgetting to talk about the mass layoff they just did. I'm exhausted. Honestly, I'm just jaded at this point. I'm not equipped to play the political games and tell a director who doesn't know their ass from their elbow that they're an amazing leader and thank you so much for dumping this highly unorganized product launch on our laps 5 days before it's supposed to go live and we have no resources, budget, or messaging. Great. This is not a podcast filled with toxic positivity. Sometimes things just suck and we need to talk about it. And hopefully laugh along the way and keep seeking that light at the end of the tunnel. This podcast is a collection of stories from my tenure as a marketer or things I've noticed about the state of our industry. Some will be funny, some will be rage-inducing, and some will hopefully resonate. I wanted to share my experiences for those that feel like they're missing something and wondering if every meeting is just a joke. For those that don't buy into some of the corporate bullshit and just want to punch some colleagues in the throat. For those that want to just do their job, do it well, and enjoy it along the way, even if they're a bit jaded at this point. You're a path of some sort, but it doesn't start with M. If someone feels the need to tell you all of the positive traits, don't for 1 second believe them. I've worked for managers who espouse the positive qualities, and yet those qualities never seem to make an appearance in my day-to-day interactions with them. I don't go out of my way to tell people I'm funny in a dark, pessimistic way. They'll either realize it on their own, or they won't because they have a poor sense of humour. I kid. But I'm not kidding about giving the side eye to managers who have to tell you how great they are. They are not. It's a trap. You will not pass go, and you sure as shit won't make $1 million wherever this asshole is working. I had a boss that hilariously referred to themselves as an empath. The word I would use to describe them also ended in path, but had more of a socio or psycho prefix. I wasn't quite sure if this manager was straight up delusional or thought that if they said it aloud enough times, it would come true. This isn't blowing out your birthday candles and making a wish. Being a good person requires action. Sadly, I don't think they could have named an emotion even if it drove a semi-truck through their brain. I'm not sure they were even capable of human emotions, and said they were an empath for years after studying us to mimic us. A Westworld robot had more emotional range than this manager. But unfortunately, these people are everywhere. No company can go without having a toxic manager or 20. They're in a project meeting providing contradictory feedback. They're popping up in Slack to let you know this project needs to launch 2 weeks earlier than originally planned. They're asking who approved something when they should damn well know it was them who approved it. They're editing their own feedback and asking why you would do it this way when they're the ones who told you to do it this way. They're smiling at you during a Zoom call because they're plotting exactly what they can say or do to ruin your day. And I tell you, do not fucking let them. Do not take their behavior personally and do not let it impact your life outside of work. For the love of God, do not let them control your feelings when you are not on the clock. Your work is not your life. Do not allow this person and their insignificant opinions to have control over your happiness and feelings of worth. Chuck their opinions in the fuck it bucket and move on. And remember, Be happy in front of people who don't like you. It will drive them insane. If you're dealing with your own delusional, quote-unquote, empath, who's trying to make you as miserable as they are, there are some things you can try to make work more tolerable. Remember, we're just jaded. We're not powerless. First up is deciding if it's worth sticking it out or leaving on your own. Will this environment cause you or your mental health harm? I would love to say you could go to HR, but we all know HR is there to protect the company and not employees. You can go to HR, but know that you might be painting a target on your back, even if you want to try to make this work. Your boss and HR are now watching you. You are a liability. If possible, start looking to see what else is out there if a move away from the toxicity is a better option. From my experience, toxic managers double down instead of giving up. They will destroy everyone and everything before admitting that they might be the problem. Your next step is to kick ass at your job, even if you're looking elsewhere. Job hunting takes a while, and if others are watching the situation and you're kicking ass and taking names, it'll be harder to make out that you're the issue. It'll be harder to prove that you were in the wrong. Be so good at your job that it makes everyone question why you are under scrutiny. Also, decide if you want to put it in neutral or go full-on deranged. This comes down to whether you can be petty or not. If not, keep it neutral. Do your job, do it well, and collect that paycheck. Practice grey rocking and keeping your emotions in check. They want to get a rise out of you, and they won't get it. It's not unprofessional as you're doing your job, but you're giving them nothing. Even-keeled reactions to their behaviour and words will annoy the shit out of them, but there's nothing they can do about it. You're not being mean, you're getting your work done, and you're just not giving them anything to work with. Or you go above and beyond. There is no goal you can't crush. There's no deadline you can't meet. There's no task beneath you, and you are always willing to help out. You are everyone's favourite colleague. You are the best of the best, sir. If the toxic manager calls you out, it makes them seem like the weirdo. Everyone loves you, so what's wrong with them? Going all out can be fun, but it's also exhausting. At the same time, set boundaries. You don't owe any company your life. Do good work, meet your deadlines, but for the love of Pete, do not bend over backwards for this place that allows this wanker to be a people manager. Take your lunch, take breaks, turn on Do Not Disturb at 5 o'clock. The company and this manager do not own you. Don't for 1 second let them think otherwise. Document everything. The only thing my empath would be feeling was embarrassment when they'd realised I made notes of all the toxic behaviour, and compared those notes with others who reported to them. Track all the times your toxic boss flip-flops on a decision but holds you accountable for not reading their mind, belittles you, or sets unreasonable expectations, takes out their frustrations on you, or generally makes it impossible for you to do your job. Know that this is temporary. Much like I said in the layoffs episode, know that this will not last forever. Eventually, others will notice the toxic manager's behaviour and handle it, or you might find a new boss. It sucks now, but it won't suck forever. Life is too short to let this person ruin it. Most importantly, know that this isn't a reflection of you. This person is miserable and projecting their insecurities upon others. They treat you poorly because they can't acknowledge the flaws within themselves. And sadly, these toxic managers destroy teams and drive morale into the ground, creating a toxic loop. The team can't do their best work, so the toxic manager gets in trouble, and then they take it out on the team, further destroying morale, creativity, and productivity. It's a carousel that should only belong in hell. If you need affirmations or inspirational words to help navigate a relationship with a toxic manager, I personally have found these ones pretty helpful. I am not responsible for the thoughts and opinions of others. I am responsible for my own happiness. My self-worth is not contingent on the approval of others. I am enough. I acknowledge that toxic people are not worth my time or energy. Never waste a minute thinking about people you don't like. I am not going to let one person ruin my life. Stop letting people who do so little for you control your feelings. Stop giving people power to control your smile, your worth, and your happiness. And like I said earlier, be happy in front of people who don't like you. It kills them. It's okay to be jaded and see situations for exactly what they are, but you are not powerless nor hopeless. Toodaloo, my fellow jaded marketers.